So we're going to go ahead and repeat the same process, but with the microfiber pads. To help with the visual, again, I've marked the edge of these already. Now again, the microfiber pads, height is very important. The taller the pad gets, the more of the mechanical movement from the machine is lost kind of in that translation. So we couldn't add, the self-centering rings and things like that. So it's real important that you do your best to get it close to centered. It doesn't have to be perfect. Again, this is a tool that's doing this movement anyway, so a perfect circle isn't exactly required, but we do want to make sure that it's as close to centered as possible. I'm going to take my paint correcting polish. Now for an area this size, a pretty substantial amount of polish. Again, the microfibers do suck up the polish a little bit more than the foam. I like to do a little quick, just to get it spread over the surface, so all of the surface is treated. Now again here, I'm going to bump down to speed 1 just to get my area covered. After looking at that, you can already see how much of the polish is actually retreated back into the microfiber. So even after doing as little as that, I'm going to add just a touch more. So you will find that you're definitely using a little bit more polish with the microfiber polishing system. But if it's the right combo for your car, the results should be great too. So I'm going to go up to speed setting 5 with the microfiber. Again, because we're reducing that mechanical movement to there, a tool like the Porter cable is going to translate to a lot more vibration. So when I go from foam to microfiber, I generally go back down to speed 5 to save my wrists a little bit and reduce the strain. Now also notice, my movements are very slow and methodical. One of the biggest mistakes people who just starting out polishing or just getting into machine polishing make is to move in a real, just super fast over the panel. You don't want to do that. You want to give the polishes and the pads a chance to do their job. So you want to move very slow, very methodically, make sure you're overlapping yourself each direction and work both horizontal and vertical over the panel a few times until the polish flashes. Also, just like with the microfiber on the Cyclo, as you get towards the end, you want to just alleviate that pressure just a tiny bit. So we've made that pass. We'll pull this pad off. We're going to put on our white microfiber pad, which I've also pre-marked. Down to speed 1. Back up to speed 5. Now you'll also notice, I'm keeping this pad, foam, microfiber, on all the machines, we're keeping them perfectly flat. A dual action, random orbital, or kind of a hybrid tool like the Flex is going to work best when the pad is in full contact. Some people's tendencies based on what they've seen in body shops and on other types of tools is to turn it on edge. One, the polishing action is actually going to probably introduce some damage. That pad, because it's making an orbital movement, is going to come in and chop at the finish a little bit on one side. Also, you're going to shorten the life of your pads significantly, especially the foam ones. They definitely don't like being turned on their side. So always work as flat as possible. Understanding that there are contours and shapes to a car, but work as flat as you can to the panel. Don't turn your pad like this. You're definitely not going to get the results you're supposed to get. Now, working with the microfiber pads, you might notice a small amount of polish dusting, kind of some cast off. Perfectly normal, it's going to happen. Unlike foam, microfiber doesn't have any pores or anywhere for that excess polish to go to, so it tends to cast off. Both of our new polishing formulas are low dust formulas, so there's not going to be a lot, and what is there wipes away easily with a microfiber towel. Now, as you can see, this pad is fairly matted down just after the small section. So I like to, after every section I do, so if I did half the hood, for example, I would brush this pad out. So to do that, very simple. You simply turn the pad up towards yourself and grab one of our pad conditioning brush. This is a must with the microfiber system. Over a trash can to kind of contain any excess dust or anything. Lower it a little bit in there. So there we go. Nice, fluffed up, fresh microfiber pad. You might notice a little bit of caking around the edges. Easily fixed. Just grab the pad, hold it with your hand, and give it a quick brush up. It should look nice and fluffy like new each time you start a new section. If the pad is laying flat and you can't see the fibers individually anymore, it's time to either swap to a new pad or brush it out until it looks like this again, and then resume polishing from there. Go ahead and set our Porter cable down over here. Another, again, my single soft microfiber towel. Fold it into a nice square here. Knock off that residue. Wow. We're going to pull back this tape and show you guys exactly what we've got out of these 4 sections.